Hello and welcome to Sakir for round 2 of the Xbox One F1 2016 ProFormula Racing League Bahrain Grand Prix. I'm your commentator Hayden Gullis, and if you missed the Season 3 opener, then you can click the little card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screens to go catch up there. But today's race weekend brings us to the Bahrain International Circuit for what should be an exciting race, with this being a circuit which always throws up competitive racing. Commentated took pole and the race win last season, but I don't think it's going to be that easy, with Season 1 winner Contesta back to give the Manor driver a hard time. Will it be enough though? Let's find out as we head into practice. The second practice session of the season got underway in the scorching desert of Bahrain, and after the chaos of Australia a week ago, today's session was a lot more quiet, with the drivers getting their heads down and putting in their lap times. There was some action to talk about though, with Commentated overtaking Tottenham Satnav into the pits, getting very close to both car and barrier, which must have given the Red Bull driver a little scare. So B Greeny 10 kicks things off with P1 in practice. Commentated was only 3 tenths behind on the same tyres, so it could be very close between those two in qualifying. Another pair of close drivers were Contesta and Curtis, who had very little to separate them in 3rd and 4th. Taking a look at the foot of the standings, we have the Renault of Brobot, who once again had internet issues which prevented him from setting a time. That's it for practice then. Let's find out the grid for Wednesday's race as we head over to qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's time for qualifying here at the Bahrain International Circuit in Sakir for round 2 of the ProFormula Racing League's 3rd season. Commentated is the driver who we are on board with at the moment, going down towards the start-finish line, starting his first flying hot lap at this Bahrain Grand Prix. So let's watch on board and see what the Manor driver does. Going down in towards turn 1, braking just after the 150 metre board, getting it turned in nice and tidy for the apex. Maybe taking a little bit too much curb there in towards turn 1, unsettling the car just a little bit. Now on the run down towards turn 4. How is he going to do down here? The braking zone for this corner just before the 100 metre board, because we're on board with Tottenham Satnav going down towards the start-finish line for his first lap here in qualifying. What's the time going to be good enough for? It's a 1:37.601. Not the best lap times there from Tottenham Satnav, and we do expect him to do a little better later on in the session. Currently down in 5th position, just behind his teammate of Fletcher 455. Rejoining Commentated as he goes into one of the worst corners, one of the trickiest corners on the whole entire F1 calendar, down in towards turn 9 now. Very, very tricky, but he does manage to get through there nice and tidy. No lockups at all, and a very good line from the Manor driver. Down in towards turn 11 now. Just braking at the 100 metre board at the DHL sign on the left hand side. Now going through this left and then right of turn 12 and turn 13. Still nice and tidy on board with Commentated. Currently purple through sector 2. Although it's not too surprising as not many drivers have set a lap time. Contesta has gone fastest with a 1:34.2, which is then beaten by B Green 10 going for a 1:33. So great lap there from B Green 10 to put himself in provisional pole position. Commentated down towards the line now. What is his lap time going to be good enough for? Is it going to be good enough for provisional pole? Yes, it is. It's a 1:32.999 on the soft tyres. A great lap there from the Manor driver going down in towards turn 1, and that is a fantastic way to start this qualifying session from him. In P1 at the moment, he still has to run on those super soft tyres as well if he chooses to, so that could be quite interesting to see what lap time he goes on to set as we're on board with Tottenham Satnav once again through the final corner down towards this line. The lap time is an improvement on the last one, 3 seconds quicker this time around. Down towards the line, it's a 1:34.634, and that's good enough for 5th position, above Curtis, above Fletcher 455, just behind Hironi Pepperoni, who joins us for this qualifying session. But 5th position for Tottenham Satnav is going to be a really good result as he heads back into the pit lane. Here we are on board with Commentated about to start his final lap here in qualifying, but is he going to have enough time to get towards the start finish line? He's cutting it very, very close. 5 seconds left on the clock, down towards the line. Is he going to be able to set one more lap? Has he made it? The checker flag is out. Has he made it? I'm not too sure. It was so close between him crossing the line. No, he has not. He has not made it. And he will not be setting a final lap here in qualifying. I think he was down in 2nd or 3rd position. Not 3rd position because B Green 10 is currently in 3rd. He might be down in 4th. But disappointment there for Commentated on board now with B Green 10 going through the final corner. What can he do in this qualifying session? Can he get that provisional pole position? There are a few drivers still left out on the track, so it might not be plain sailing for him, but down across the line, is it good enough for an improvement? No, it's not. It's still 3rd position. I think he did actually improve on that lap time, but it's still only good enough for third position here in qualifying. It's been a good qualifying session there for the Ferrari driver, but he would have been expecting better and trying to get onto that front row. But much better compared to what he did in the Australian Grand Prix. Here we are on board with the Renault of PFRL, currently 1.5 seconds down from whoever has provisional pole position. I think it's Contesta in the other Ferrari, down in towards the final corner now, on board with Pepperoni, down towards the line. Can he do enough to get a pole position? Down towards line, DRS open, yes he can, pole position there for Pepperoni. He will be starting the race at the front of the grid. So there we have confirmation of Pepperoni getting pole position in today's Bahrain Grand Prix qualifying session. 1:32.640, great lap time there from the Renault driver. Lining up alongside him is Contesta in the Ferrari. Great lap time from him. And now starting to really get into the ProFormula Racing League once again. Get that second place. It's exactly what he needed after a disappointing Australian Grand Prix. Not a lot to separate him and Herminator96, who says best time on the soft tyres. Just missing out on starting that final lap. Very, very disappointing there from the Manor driver, although he could have got pole position had he got a perfect lap like he did on the soft tyres. So not a lot separating him and Contesta, but lining up alongside the championship leader at the moment is BGreen10. So those two are definitely going to be championship rivals as the season goes on. They're starting alongside each other, third and fourth. Tonom Satnav in the Red Bull lines up in fifth place with Curtis alongside him in the sister Toro Rosso team in sixth. Fletcher 455 is down in seventh place with Brobot once again having internet issues and not being able to set a lap time. So he is down at the back of the field in eighth position. So there it is. There is your starting grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Thank you very much for joining me for today's practice and qualifying sessions. I hope you can join me for the race on Wednesday, October the 26th here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.